What's going on, everybody? So today we're going to be talking about upgrade materials, and I have a lot of math to go over here in this video, as well as just giving you a couple tips that a lot of people have asked questions about. So first things first, what am I talking about? Well, we're talking about the legendary upgrade ranks. You're going to need these scrap, dust, and shards, depending on what upgrade level they are at. And it's very, very important that you guys are actually able to go ahead and get these materials. Now, this isn't a video about getting the materials. I've made several videos about that. I might make more in the future. All the different spots, all the different places. There's so many different ways to get these in the game. However, I want to know how long it actually takes to get to rank 20. So I have all the numbers between the scrap, the dust, as I've upgraded my pieces to rank 20. I don't have the numbers from 20 onwards. I actually skipped the rank myself from 20 to 21, so I didn't chart that down. My mistake. I do see the 21 and 22. But as you guys upgrade, I'll hopefully incorporate those later on. But they're very similar to those lower ranks. For example, here, this one's requiring 5k scrap, 600 dust, 40 glowing shards or flowing shards. And that would be the rank from 17 to 18, I believe. And so we're definitely similar to the amount of resources as we were on lower levels. But I want to know how long it takes, because the average casual player is going to be anywhere from rank 16 to 17 right now. Maybe 15 if you're playing 2 to 3 hours every single day. This amount of upgrades are for people. When I played, for the first 3 months, it was like 12 to 16 hours a day. And I, dropped down to 8 hours a day. Then it became like 4 hours a day. So I have a lot of dust and stuff that I've accumulated over the course of my early grinding days. The secondary gear pieces don't really change all that much, because it's basically complete challenge rifts. You complete the enigmatic crystals, and then complete the 200 to 300 challenge rifts. You're going to complete the cryptic crystals. So there's not really too much math behind that. It's just whenever you get the combat rating, right? But before I jump into the spreadsheet and show you guys all the math associated with it, I want to show you guys two settings that a lot of people have asked me about. First off is the auto pickup. I highly recommend you guys turn on the normal one if you had it turned off, because they've added things like dungeon, blacksmith to dungeons, as well as you're going to need a lot more scrap to turn into dust, or just scrap, period. So you definitely want to go ahead and turn that on. Also, we have these equipment upgrade materials management. Automatically use lower tier and higher tier salvage materials for upgrading. This is important because, for example, here, if I wanted to upgrade my lower tier gear piece from 19 to 20, you'll see it says 5.6k scrap, 367 dust, and 537 glowing shards. If I check my inventory here, you'll notice that I do not have those specific scrap materials. I have the upgraded versions. You'll also notice that if I wanted to go to the higher version, for example here, I don't see the scrap and I don't see the dust because I don't have any, but it's not quite the amount of flowing shards I had. You'll notice I have 108 versus the 86, I believe, that I had in my inventory, right? That's because the glowing shards get converted up to flowing shards at a rate of, I believe it's like 20 to 1. So you're going to get a lot more value out of these things if you use them for the proper time. The higher tiered resources usually convert at a 1-to-1 ratio to the bottom tier. As you can see down below, if you combine them, I have 537, that's 86 plus 451. So, they higher tier 1-to-1 down to the bottom tier, but the bottom tier resources go 1 to 20 up to the top higher tier resources. So you want to upgrade the lower tier ones with the proper resources before you start upgrading the higher tier ones. Otherwise, you're going to kind of feel bad about it. All right, so that's just the settings there. Let's jump into the math here on the spreadsheet. So hopping over to the spreadsheet, guys, this is something that I've had in every single video in the description of those videos. I usually update my previous sheets, but I added a new one in the past couple of days, going over the upgrade ranks. So we have the upgrade ranks on the left-hand side, the scrap required to get to that rank, and the dust, shards, and gold as well. We also have a few other calculations which we'll go over in just a second. But to give you an example here, let me just pull up Diablo Immortal once again. So right here behind me, as you'll see here, going from 18 to 19, I'm going to need 5k scrap, 800 dust, and 50 glowing shards. Okay, so again, 5k scrap, 800 dust. Pulling up the spreadsheet once again, going to 19, guess what? 5k scrap, 800 dust. So you'll see those numbers are reflected. This essentially is the ending rank that you're going to end at. So going to 20 is going to cost you 8k scrap, 1k dust, 40 shards. I haven't filled in the later upgrade ranks. I just kind of put these in here as placeholders. I actually can't remember what the cap is now. I don't remember if they mentioned that, but I haven't really paid attention to that. All I cared about was like 21. Anyways, here in the top right, we have a few things. We have the spot that I farm at most typically. We have the scrap that you're going to get per hour. So this is actually per hour, and the dust and shards that you're going to get per hour. So for example here, if we farm ship, this is the farm that I do kind of most often because I edit and I work on spreadsheets like this while I'm ship farming. I get around 1,000 scrap per hour and 120 dust per hour, and then 3 glowing shards or 3 legendaries per hour. Then I have Realm of Damnation. This is the farm that I would do if I was actively participating in the game. This is just the best farm, and it's, you know, roughly about 1.6, 1.7 times as good. So I kind of calculated just for that. We get about 1,600 scrap, 190 dust, and 5 legendaries or 5 glowing shards per hour. Then we have the total time to 20 in hours. So I guess I can go in hours. What you'll find here is that if you are consistently doing these farms, you will reach this amount of scrap dust in this amount of hours, okay? That is only if you're doing this consistent farm and you have a full party every single moment of this farm. And that's not always the case, right? Oftentimes you're gonna be 1/5 the efficiency, or you might have to take a break, or you might have to find another group member, or you just might not be doing Elder Rifts, or you might be doing Challenge Rifts, or you might be doing Heliquary raids. All these things change the amount of time required, obviously in terms of hours in the game. You'll find that though, roughly, this is the total amount of time right here that you're going to take to get the dust amount. Now, I've actually calculated the extra scrap that you'll get that you can turn into dust. And you'll notice that the actual longest time to fill out upgrading to 20 is the glowing shards. You'll need 350 of them. And so if you're not getting legendaries from another area of the game and you're just farming here, getting the legendary is going to take the longest time, up to 350 hours at the ship farm, which is absolutely crazy. So that is something to consider when you're upgrading it. The gold factor isn't really a big deal, but you'll notice that the totals down here, you're going to need 193k scrap, 33k dust, 1,000 glowing shards or flowing shards, and 6.6 million silver in order for you to cap out, which is a lot of resources. So this is going to take you a long time, especially for you casual players. For example here, let's just assume for a second that you did nothing but ship farm. Or Realm of Damnation farm. Let's pull up a calculator here. Let's say you wanted to do that and you spent about 2 hours per day. So let's say we did 2 hours per day. You did nothing but this farm. So we're going to do 350 hours divided by 2, divided by 30. 350 divided by 2, which is the amount of days it'll take, right? And then divided by 30. So it's going to take you about 5.8 months just to get to rank 20. Okay, that is absolutely crazy. Absolutely just crazy for you to get that amount of resources. And keep in mind, that is assuming that you're ship farming 2 hours every single day. Okay, now some people have a lot of glowing shards, so maybe you just want the dust, right? 243 divided by 2 divided by 30. That's 4 months of ship farming, or in this case 121 hours of ship farming, period, which is again pretty crazy. Now you'll notice here in the game that I actually have pretty close to rank 20 pieces across the board because I've easily done that amount of ship farming. Obviously it's not been that efficient comparatively, and honestly these calculations may even be on the higher side. It may even take a little bit longer because some people, you know, might not kill as fast. You may not have as much magic find. You may not be running treasure hunter. All of these things factor into how much scrap and dust you get per hour. These are just rough estimates, and I may have overshot it. All of this stuff is rough estimates, but I'm just giving you guys an idea. This takes a long time to acquire these resources, but it's not doable. There are a lot of people that have been consistently grinding every single day for that 5 hours a day or so, 6 hours a day since launch, and they are approaching that, and they're consistently, you know, 5-6 levels above Silver Paragon, and you're able to acquire those resources. So definitely doable. It's just, it takes a long time. It is certainly worth doing, and 21 is the key mark number because you're going to enter that 4th, let me just move myself back over here. You're going to enter that 4th upgrade material here on your piece. So that, or magic attribute, which is very important. So I want to give you guys just some info about this. I thought it was an interesting topic. You're also going to get the combat rating as you're upgrading, right? You're going to get 18 combat rating from going from 20 to 21. If you're going from like 18 to 19, you're going to get 8 combat rating. So the combat rating definitely jumps up from 20 to 21. Sorry, not 18, but 10, because you're going to get 4 each willpower and fortitude, and then you're gonna get 5 per. So it's gonna give you 10 combat rating after the 20 to 21 upgrade. So anyways, guys, that's gonna wrap up the video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. One other thing before I go, I have adjusted my camera settings. It is higher quality. I've been trying to improve the quality of the content here, and I've been messing around with the lighting settings. So if you guys have any feedback and you guys like the new quality, it is definitely higher quality. I'm just trying to figure out if the lighting and everything needs to be adjusted or anything like that. So if you guys have any suggestions, feedback, if you guys like it, don't like it, let me know in the comment section down below, and I'll see if I can make some adjustments for that. Thanks for watching, everyone. I'll see you tomorrow.